And welcome back to another video. Diva furtura. First management for adult actresses of the porn film industry here in Italy, which was a social and cultural phenomenon at that time throughout the 80s and 90s. The rise and fall of this Riccardo Schietti, if I pronounce his name right, which left us, I think about 12 years ago he died, due to Nix's stroke. He had a stroke. And he was a management of the most famous adult film actresses. Cicciolina, Moana Pozzi, Eva Enga, which was his wife. And when it was a taboo here in Italy, this type of film industry, and mind you, somehow was tolerated to a certain extent. And I made these actresses and the adult film industry here in Italy famous around the world. Obviously, there's another actress, Maurita Paradiso. I don't know if she's still around. She does the same type of films as well, adult films as well. How many times one was doing a banging the one-eyed chapel on these called films and stuff like that. You know, Moana Pozzi and Cicciolina, they become members of Parliament in Italy in 1990. Partito dell'Amore, which was under the Partito Radicale at that time. And I think what ruined it was internet and stuff like that, because you know, magazines and VHS tapes of this stuff until the 1990s, these films came out upon these formats, and an era's gone by, and Diva, Furtura Diva, the agency is called, it was caught in a scandal, even a public inquiry as well by the attorneys of Rome. This person was charged with a lot of serious offences, and obviously was all seized by the police. And the fact is, the owner of this agency obviously died of the stroke in hospital because he had diabetes, pretty bad. And he was condemned, I think he was sentenced for about 2 years and something for a series of crimes. And they say with a attenuante. Well, his vision of adult films was a less violent aspect to it, as it was coming out in that period, which the market asked for, you know, that stuff is. And obviously there's other characters like Tinto Brassi, which is an erotic filmmaker, which probably some of these stars had a peer and so on. Mostly the most famous I mentioned is Moana Pozzi in Cicciolina in 1994. Poor Moana died from liver cancer in France. And obviously when the funeral and all this stuff has been done, the family communicated to the press, denounced her death. She wanted to be something a lot more different than being labelled as an adult film actress. She was a very, very intelligent woman as well, believe it or not. She did study, she had a really good schooling here. And, this is a stereotype of people who are in this industry. You can't shake off that legacy. You're labelled for life for that. She candidated, was it twice, for the mayor of Rome and parliamentary as well. I think she would have made a more difference because she's a more sensitive person regarding your mainstream Italian politicians, locally speaking. And it's an end of an era. Obviously, you can find this stuff on the internet. Magazines you don't hardly see anymore around. Obviously, the industry regarding films itself, DVD, is all finished now. You find it on web. Just go on the website and you find it just there. But actually, possessing physically a VHS tape or a magazine regarding this type of material was a bit of a taboo when for the youngsters at that period. Well then, mind you, the adult film industry in Italy was particularly, different from the American one. You got to think Italy is in a religious Catholic country, and obviously the church was against it. But mind you, in the scandal involved important people of the Italian society, and even the ecclesiastic society, were involved in this so-called sex scandal, or they went with certain ladies, and and obviously the 70s and 80s, right until the mid-90s, you would find shows on private stations like Corpo Grosso or other type of promotional programs which sponsored late at night, these videos. Obviously, I think the porn industry, well, is not exactly here in Italy thriving as once before, but they do still do something. Now you've got Porno Hub, and then you can download your film in an anonymous way, and you can have public fame, basically. In those days, never existed internet and websites like this, where you can actually upload the stuff which you created, whether it's wives to make an earn on the side, or what they call couple scummistas and stuff like that. They are more like in the private clubs now. These days, exchanging partners or joining 3Ms or 4Ms or gangbang, practically. It has changed a lot since the 80s and 90s. And this bloke, Riccardo Schetti, who founded the agency for adult film actresses and probably actors as well, has created something was never before in Italy, but probably never where else. And it remains the memories of these actresses, him, the legal trouble which they went into as well in the mid 2000s, I believe so, and end of an era.